So I've been building a software business now for 23 months, and I really did think at this time of year, things would start to chill out. But saying that, this month has been one of the craziest months so far. We got to meet with Dan Martell's content team and hear the ins and outs of how they generate
550,000 followers added across all platforms.
Every single month. The startup game has changed so much since we did it the first time. And I want to find out if it was just luck or if we can do it again. So I'm going to take you through this month and show you the highs and lows and what it really takes to build a software business.
$500,000 to I thought you were going to pressure like that. Oh, that's huge.
All right, so it's Monday. I spent the entire weekend working on the raw file storage inside of Clipflow. I got it working in dev last week pretty quickly. Wasn't a hard challenge. But then I deployed it to production and boy, oh boy, we were having some problems there. After 5 days, literally, I spent every waking minute thinking about this problem. A whole bunch of technical stuff, but found the problem, which means that I can now work on the solution. Very happy with that. Can't wait to report back, hopefully at the end of this month or in this episode, and tell you that I've solved it. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna keep grinding. All right, we're back. We have started a new program. We are on the HWPO Strong 2.0. It's actually crazy what it feels like when you can swap programs. We were very excited. We did the last one for about a year to I think it was over 2 years. So we've swapped to the Strong, but it's more focused on squat, bench, deadlifts. Okay, so today we're driving to Sydney to go visit the Kinso office. We're going to see Frank Jacques. They got a special guest, a very big creator. We're very excited to see behind the scenes on how they create content at scale, see what we can learn, see how we can implement it in Clipflow, meet the team. Yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting and fun learning session today. Very excited. So we'll see how we go. We'll catch you soon. All right, here we are. In the office with Dazza, with his back to me, just here at Kinso. These guys are creating content at another level. It's the whole, the top of the chain. So we're very excited to learn here how they work and see how we can build that into Clipflow. Ideally, we want to be able to help other businesses also be able to create content at scale. So there's always something to learn.
All these numbers, we know exactly what they are per platform. So yeah. I can tell you right now, TikTok doesn't drive a ton of business for us, right? Yeah. But it does drive awareness, which is why we invest in it. The platform that we make the most money on is Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. The second most money is our email list, right? We follow the money. Where is it coming from? The people on our email list are primarily coming from the people that watch our YouTube videos, right? So you could be skewed to think that, our newsletter is a great performing channel. No, they're coming from the fucking YouTube videos, right? And same thing on Instagram, right? Sometimes we still do on some videos, we send people from YouTube to Instagram, right? And we're just like, hey, if you want my executive assistant playbook, right? Just go message me on Instagram, the word EA YouTube, and I'll send it over. Right?
So it'd be cool to find out what
do you guys track? What do you value?
Views and followers.
Yeah. Views and followers?
You could wrap up views and impressions into the same number. Yeah. To me, it's
do you do week over week follower growth as incentive?
Yeah. And I could tell you right now, every month we pretty much line between 500,000 to 550,000 followers added across all platforms.
500,000 to I thought you were talking about impressions like that. Holy, that's huge.
All right, so just got back from the Dan Martell content team meeting, and man, oh man, talk about feeling like a third wheel. Obviously, at Clipflow, we don't generate the crazy views that they get. They're getting multiples of millions of views every single month across platform. We're only just starting out at content and obviously still learning. But, going into that meeting definitely felt like, man, this is above my pay grade. I don't know really what I could add here. But what was really cool was learning about the tactics that they're using and kind of seeing that what we've learned along the way really does apply. So it's just about doing more volume, being there for a long time and just keep iterating and improving. They've obviously got systems that work for them, and they've got a lot of content. Dan creates so much content and has done so for so many years. Like, he is one of the OGs across every single platform that's there. He's been grinding, so deserves every bit of success. And the way that they think about their company is as a media company. This was really cool to hear. So that is the first thing on top of their mind when they are working and building their business. Now, we also heard about Kinso and all their marketing efforts. They've obviously blown up and are doing some really cool things, and hearing the strategy behind that was very interesting. Having the multi-persona angle where all of these people feed up. Darren and I have been talking about this as a very interesting strategy, especially for businesses where you have multiple C-level people creating content. It could even be like higher up people, just all contributing to the pool and the influence that you have. But what was interesting for me was when they started talking systems. This is where all of the things we've learned over the years can shine, because we built a big business. We haven't built a lot of content, but we understand business and we understand processes. So when we got to talk about that, that's when it started to feel like we could actually provide value. It was super cool. The team are absolute legends, and I'm actually very excited for them to come back to Australia and hopefully host them at Agape. That would be really cool. I think we're going to have a really nice space to hang out and make a heap of content. Okay, so there's no better time than the end of the year to do all that housework and work on all those little things that you've been saying you're going to be doing all year. So at the moment, for the last couple of days of the year, I'm working on tidying up the project sidebar, because a lot of people have said it's a little bit overwhelming when they get in here, and it was one of the hardest things for them to understand. So Daryl and I have been spending quite a bit of time going back and forth, just trying to strip out things and see how we can simplify. So let's jump in and have a look at what we've done. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the current one in production. It's quite long. You can probably see why people get overwhelmed this when you presented with this for the first time. So that's what it is like right now. But if we boom into the new one, you'll see we've simplified this a lot, way easier to understand. And then you can see here, as you hover, all the actions live here now. So what we had in the old one was people would click this and then kind of lose the action, like, how do you create a new one? So it created a lot of confusion. So we've got rid of that. Now we've got this way, it's always there. And also what you can see is you can click on these now. So these become like index pages. So we'll be doing that for all of these things. So it makes it much easier to find and then like get started. But yeah, these are the small things that you do. There was so much effort building out this kind of collapsible memory thing. But in the end of the day, like I always say, simplicity trumps all. So obviously I was struggling with file storage, right? And guess what? We resolved it and we made it so much better than what it was. So now, file storage 2.0, literally 2 weeks after we rolled out number 1, we've released 2.0. It has got edited media, media links, raw media, boom, thumbnails, and all your other files all in one place. So it's super easy. You can chuck your Dropbox or Drive subscriptions in the bin, you can host it here, or you can use them like I do, right? And the nice thing about this is I've solved the problem. You can stream all of these files directly as zips, download them all here in one click. And the nice side effect of this new screen is that we have managed to shrink and reduce all the clutter that was going on in here. We've managed to remove so many things here. This makes this app so much cleaner. So super, super happy with that. And I learned I solved some really complex problems. I'm not gonna lie, it was very difficult. The funny thing is it's always something really dumb. And I used AI so much to try and help me, and it got me nowhere. This gets me thinking, what happens when you start just giving away all the heavy lifting and thinking to AI? What does that actually do to your brain? I actually reckon it makes you dumber, to be honest. When you hand off all this thinking, I reckon I could have done and solved this problem faster if I had not used AI. Because you just kind of go like, yeah, you know what you're doing, bro. Like, yeah, keep telling me. It just leads you down rabbit holes of just nonsense. And then like it makes you do something and says, and then it's like, that's wrong. And you're like, but you told me to do that. So in the end of the day, I managed to figure it out, not because of AI, which was super annoying. It did waste a lot of my time. But I reckon when you have a problem, try and figure it out with your brain first. Honestly, like you're gonna probably get there faster. I think we're being maybe lied to. Unless I'm just dumb and I don't understand how to use it, but I try to use it all the time. There are definitely places where it does shine, but when you're trying to generate and create things that don't really exist yet or are not open source in the wild, think about all the software in the world that is not open source. People keep those things under wraps. How does AI even know what those solutions are? It doesn't. So it's just going to make up stuff. And that's when you get in a lot of trouble and you waste a lot of time. So yeah, got there in the end. No thanks to all my mates. And I tried every single one of them. I tried the GPT, I tried Claude, I tried Gemini, I tried Grok, I tried them all. They did not get me there. So something to keep in mind. Nice rant, probably going to get cut from the video.
2 hours later.
Right, what a week this one was. Just spent the beginning of the week continuing to lock down our systems after last month's debacle with the old Shai Hulud worm. Feeling really good. All the secrets have been rotated. All the images, the Docker images have been updated. Everything is locked down as far and as much as I can comprehend. Really just double back, circle back, just made sure that everything is done properly. We've like shipped some new laptops to the lads. They got the laptops, they got all the, running all the endpoints are locked down. So we should be good from that. This week also though has been really good. Like we're starting to feel some really good momentum. We're going to keep talking about this, but I think in business, this is the thing. You get to a point where you start feeling, okay, what we're doing is slowly starting to work. Signups are coming in. We got a new subscription, which is really cool. Someone who we've never spoken to. This is the crazy thing about SaaS is like once you start getting customers, you reach out to them, you want to talk to them, they don't even want to talk to you. And that's great. They just want to use your product, just want to pay you money and just move on with their lives. That's cool. That's really cool feeling. Never really had that. In our last business, it was very much B2B. You door knock, you work on the deal and you get the deal. So that's really cool. Then also met with some really cool people this week, like really cool businesses, and showed people what we're working on and they really liked it. So that's awesome. And also just seeing how people run wild with like what the product is and how they feel like it could work in their business. That was really awesome to see. So yeah, working on that. The build is continuing to move and create a lot of anxiety and stress. So that big distraction, that a thing there, we got one of the things this week was we have a beam in the middle of the kitchen, just sitting right there where the kitchen's meant to be. So that's really cool. That's going to cost a whole bunch of money. And then all the anxiety about budget, right? Like spending more than what you wanted to or running out of money is a constant fear. Like, let's be honest. When you build something this big, you're constantly worrying about that. So it keeps you up at night. It's why people say do one thing at a time. Don't do multiple things. It just creates so much stress. So we're about to head off there and go and film some content, which is awesome. Keep improving the content game because we know how important it is. In the end of the day, that's just another business. But I am pushing through with that one because I know that will become a really cool place for Clipflow as well. We'll be able to have a place where we can actually bring creators and businesses to and then create content and have a great time. So I am very excited for that. And that is one of the main reasons why I have kept going down this road, even though it's painful and it's stretching me, which is crazy. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those things. But everything is just clicking and clacking away and it's feel good. So see you next week.